One of the reasons you hit the ball fat
Every once in a while. You know what it is, I can tell right now. It's because
swaying.
I'm swaying.
The things that the pros do differently than the amateurs is that they control the location of the low point of their swing.
Right.
I want the lowest part of your arc to be in front of the golf ball.
Oh, okay.
The deepest part of the divot is the lowest point of the arc.
Exactly.
So when you hit it fat, that meant that the low point got back
Behind there, yeah.
The low point follows your circle. If you sway to the right, you just move your low point behind the ball. And if you don't, it makes it harder to get back. So I want you to, let's work on hitting some iron, but you're going to stay really stable on that left side. You're not going to sway to the right. Stay on that left side. It's the best 6 iron you did.
That's dead straight. Well, a tiny bit of a. That's I like that because it stops on the green like that.
You're a tough audience. You're gonna criticize that shot. That was a great shot. That was great. But that was solid. You didn't hit it back. That's because solid. You kept the low point here. You're gonna almost preset it there, and you're gonna keep it there. On the left is your iron swing before we made any changes about stabilizing your golf circle and staying on the left side and just rotate your swing around your left foot, keeping more weight on that left foot. I've drawn a red box from the center of the ankles to the top of the head, and even in your setup, you now are much more balanced. You've got your weight evenly distributed on the right. On the left, you tend to even preset your weight into your back foot just before you even begin the swing, and that works totally against you in order to hit the ball first, in order to hit the ball and then the ground to take your divot after contact. And so we're trying to control the low point of your golf swing, and you had a tendency to hit some shots fat, and that's because you swayed too much to the right. Okay, I'm going to take your swing back to the 3 position. I'll begin with the swing on the left, your swing before we started making changes. As you take it back, you can see how you're already starting to lean into that right leg. And stop when your left arm is about parallel to the ground, and you've moved away from your left foot quite a bit. Let's look at the swing on the right. You're starting out very centered, keeping that head pretty stable, not leaning to the right at all, just making a nice little turn. Big difference in those 2 swings right there. You're much more stable. You can look at how your left leg is still, that left knee is still hugging that red line on top of your foot. So you're just making a nice rotation around a stable centered axis, and that is why you're going to hit the ball so much cleaner. And you're going to hit the ball before you hit the ground, and just hit a lot better shots, hit the ball more pure, and get the kind of ball flight you're looking for. Here you are at impact, and on the left you can see how you're still a little bit further back on your right foot than you are on the swing on the right, and that will cause your low point to be behind the golf ball, whereas the swing on the right, your new swing, where you stabilize that swing around your left side, you're several inches more to your left foot at impact, which means your low point was more towards your left foot, and that will allow you then to hit the ball first solid and then hit the ground afterwards. So you will take that pro divot. You just stay on the left. Good. See, now you're controlling your geometry down here at impact. You're not letting that low point go chaotic.
Well, if I
get
concentrate
stable
on keeping the weight on the front and not doing this, I'm okay.
That's right. That's it. That was kind of a nice soft low to the left side. You had kind of just a gentle takeaway, and that's what I call a soft load to the left. Load to the left, fire into it. Oh man, that is so awesome, Sheldon.
That one didn't even fade.
That shot had character.
That shot had character. Love it.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a very good one. That's acceptable.
Another pretty good one.
And there are 3 shots you can hit in golf. I created 3 categories for my students. You can hit a great shot, you can hit an okay shot, and you can hit an awful shot. The point I want to make is that okay is okay.
Yeah.
Just because it's not great
Like
doesn't mean
that
it's
one.
not
Yeah,
okay.
I would
That
take
was
that.
okay.
I would take that.
That was not awful.
No.
That's okay.
That's okay. Right.
You're not in trouble. No penalty.
Wasn't quite flush.
Probably going to be short of the green. Just chip up 1 putt for your par.
That was better.
Yeah, you're getting to that left side so much better now.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm not swaying and I'm... I'll take that.
You bet. That was a nice, comfortable swing.
Ooh, I had a little draw on that.
Absolutely. A lot of times in the first lesson where someone learns something new, they're having to think about something really hard, but I make them think about it. I'm here to make them think about it.
Right.
And they think about it and they produce good shots. But as soon as I'm away and they go out on their own, they forgot how I was helping them think about it, and they don't think about it as well, and they don't do it. And when they don't do it, their old stuff comes back in.
I just remember.
So you
keep
need
my
to be
weight
able to,
on my front
you
foot.
need to be able to do this on your own,
Yeah, keep my weight on my front foot.
and know when you don't do that.
Oh, that one
man, that was pretty.
crushed.
That was
crushed.
absolutely. Good technique. All the conventional putters would have it.
A little short.
If I were to make one small suggestion, it's not about changing really anything. What I'd like you to do is to chip the same way, but consciously hold your club in its finishing position longer, and take away the recoil.
Okay.
You kind of have a little pullback.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a problem to me.
I want you to, you'll notice all the great chippers, when they're watching that ball, their club is still right there. Sheldon, here we are looking at your little chip shot. I really like your technique. You have a lot of solid fundamentals when it comes to chipping. Your feet are very close together. All of the pros on tour, almost without exception, have their feet very close together when they hit these little chip shots and even small pitch shots. And you have as well. You've got your open stance a little bit. You can see how your left foot is turned toward the target just a little bit, flared just a little bit. So everything I like about that, you have a little bit of shaft lean, which means the shaft is leaning just a little bit. Comparing you to Tiger on the right, you can see how close his feet are together as well. So your setup looks very, very good. Now the only thing we worked on was how long you hold your finish, or the fact that you don't really hold your finish at all. You do a recoil. Let me show you that. And you can see how you immediately pull the club back. And so let's look at Tiger. Tiger will, as he comes through, his shot was a little longer than yours, but he's holding that club basically in that stopping position. There's not some dramatic pullback. And one other thing that I'm seeing now on the video that I didn't quite see when I was looking at it with live eyes, all pros will this is the one shot in golf where you can let your head and eyes rotate with the swing. You can see how Tiger's eyes are following and letting he's swinging his chest. So at impact, he's here. His chest and hands are right there in front of his chest. As he comes through, he's swinging his chest and he's letting his eyes and his face follow the hands. So one time in golf, you can actually let your upper body swing with the club, and you can then watch the ball go to your target while still holding your chest position and your hand position in front of the chest. Here's Rory McIlroy, and you can see how he lets his chest and eyes swing as one piece. So he's not, when his hands get waist high, he's not trying to keep his eyes still down to the ground. He's letting that chin and face swing with the club. Here's Luke Donald. He's letting his face and eyes swing with the club, and he holds that finish. And you have a tendency sometimes to keep this down too long and not let that swing. And that's one of the things I think that creates some of your recoil, where you then pull this club back quickly. Also, when you keep your head down too long, it causes your left arm and left wrist to kind of buckle a little bit, and you're not swinging those two arms and chest as one piece, which is what you want to do with chip shots. We worked on this just a little bit, and I think you only tried it one time, but it was a pretty good first attempt here as you came through, and we were working on holding that finish. You held it, you didn't recoil it. You then looked and you were watching the ball, just like the pros are. You were watching the ball roll to the hole while you're holding your follow-through position. So that's very good. I'm now going to compare your putting stroke to Tiger, who's considered being one of the best putters in the world, if not at all of all time. You have similar setups. You've got your elbows softly tucked into your sides. Tiger has this classic Y position in his arms and shaft, as you do. Very good. You both have the conventional reverse overlap grip. Your stance is not too wide or too narrow, but just comfortably underneath your hips. So all of that is very good. Let's take, as Tiger takes the putter back, you'll take it back to about right there. You mark that spot. And as he takes it back, he's taking it back in one piece, which means he's swinging his Y and not, he's letting his elbows, his forearms swing the putter and not just his wristed hands. As he comes through the putt and makes contact, he's going to keep his eyes down through the impact. So he's not going to turn his head until his putter comes to a complete stop. So now his putter has finished, and he has followed through to about right here. But he will achieve this follow-through position while his eyes are still down. He's not letting his eyes follow the ball to the target. And then as the ball continues to roll, he's going to start turning his head and look at the ball. But while he's looking, he has kept his putter and his finish still in this same position that he finished in. So he's going to putt the ball, he's going to hold his finish, and then he will look. And when he's looking, he's still holding his finish. He's holding his follow-through position, he's holding his posture, he's holding his spine angle. So he's not lifting up quickly. He will hold this position till the ball reaches the hole. And so that's the classic fundamentals of a good putting stroke. As you go back, this is your backswing. As you make contact, your eyes are down. You keep your eyes down really well all the way through the stroke. So you're not looking early. I like that a lot. Your follow through is here. So your follow through is a little longer than your backswing, just like Tiger has. Now the only thing that's a little different between what you're doing and what Tiger's doing is that when you do start to look, even before you start looking, you start recoiling that putter back. And then you look. And so you kind of quit on the follow through. You don't really hold your posture and your follow through position. So the only thing I wanted you to be aware of and maybe slowly start incorporating into your putting technique is this putt, hold, look. And when you're holding your finish and looking at the ball roll, I want you to hold your posture and your spine angle and hold your putter's follow through position.